I have to speak for my guy, James Pearce Jr., because he's been stuck with this label of having character concerns. And I think it's strictly propaganda, and teams and scouts need to stop because it's turning into a meme, and you have media members all saying, oh, he has character concerns, except one guy who is a reporter in Tennessee. And he said he has found no one, not college or high school, who have had any questions about his character. So let's get into this. There's always one. Every NFL draft cycle, some elite prospect or a few prospects, usually an absurdly athletic prospect with a mercurial nature, gets slapped with the vague label of character concerns. This year, the target is a freakish athlete named James Pearce Jr., whose birth chart reads more like a roadmap to greatness than a warning label. If he can stay healthy, that is the only concern. Can he stay healthy? So while some teams are quietly pushing the narrative, perhaps to nudge him down the board and into their own huddle, sports astrology paints a very different picture. If his birthday is October 12, 2003, he's good, people. Don't believe all that hype and propaganda. Sure, his Mercury is square Saturn, and it might catch people off guard. Mercury squared Saturn is a situation where when you were young, in some ways, you weren't allowed to speak your true voice. There was somebody speaking for you or somebody that stifled your communication. That has nothing to do with your character at all. And so he's not exactly the life of the party. He comes across in interviews that I've seen as a little bit serious and composed, and maybe a little emotionally guarded, but let's not confuse stoicism with instability. This aspect does not screen trouble at all. It reflects a deep thinker, someone who measures their words, doesn't fake smiles, and might take time to trust the media. It might just take a little bit of time. In a league full of sound bites, he's not giving you the easy headline. He's giving you the truth when it's earned. And honestly, the rest of his sports astrological profile backs that up with strength and poise. I mean, he has Sun sextile Pluto, and that gives him the ability to channel intensity into transformation. He's someone who evolves under pressure, thrives in the high stakes environments, and isn't rattled by bad play or bad headlines. This is the kind of player who bounces back stronger, who uses criticism as fuel and adversity as a training partner. But it's not all grit and grime. The real beauty of his profile, what completely undercuts the poor teammate or off-putting personality claims, it is the Venus trine Mars and Venus trine Uranus aspects. These are stellar placements for someone who gets along with others and brings good energy to the locker room. Venus trine Mars gives charm, social ease, and the ability to flow with people and not over them. Venus trine Uranus brings uniqueness, acceptance, and even a little bit of flair. This guy might not be chatty in front of him, but in the locker room, he's probably the kind of guy teammates love having around because he's authentic, a little unpredictable in a good way, and able to connect with a wide range of personalities from all walks of life. So where's the red flag exactly? I don't see it. If anything, the concerns say more about the politics of the draft than the player himself. Teams love a good smokescreen. If you're trying to sneak a future Pro Bowler into the third round or second round, you don't shout about his leadership or his locker room vibe. You float out a rumor, cross your fingers, and hope other GMs start looking elsewhere. And then media takes hold of it and it starts spreading like a wildfire. But make no mistake, this chart isn't dangerous. It's dynamic. It's not erratic. It's a little bit electric. And any team that passes him up because he wasn't grinning ear to ear in his interviews, or because somebody said that he had character concerns without putting a label on it or saying exactly what he did, is going to be kicking himself when he's leading league in highlights. And the only concerns I have about him is coming up, Uranus will move into Gemini, and it might be affecting his Jupiter, which to me says that he might have some sort of freak injury at some point early in his career. But as far as his potential, and it's possible it might not even manifest in that way, but as far as his potential, he's good to go. As far as his personality, peachy clean. Let's go, man. Come on. Stop the propaganda.